सर्वत्रिकावर्ति अर्यन्ताणम् ॐ नमो लोये सर्वत्रिकावर्ति सिद्धाणम् ॐ नमो लोये सर्वत्रिकावर्ति आयर्याणम् ॐ नमो लोये सर्वत्रिकावर्ति उवज्जायाणम् ॐ नमो लोये सर्वत्रिकावर्ति सावणम् ओंकारं बिंदु संयुक्तं नित्यं ध्यायन्ति योगिनं कामदं मोक्षदं चैव ओंकाराय नमो नमः नमः समय साराय स्वानुभूत्य चकासते चित् स्वभावाय भावाय सर्वभावान्तरच्छिदे अज्ञानतिमिरन्धानां ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः तीर्थंकरो जगतना जयवंत वर्तो ओंकारनाद जिननो जयवंत वर्तो जिनना समो शरण सौ जयवंत वर्तो ने तीर्थचार जगमा जयवंत वर्तो अनंत अनंत भाव भेद थी बरेली भली अनंत अनंत नय निक्षेपे व्याख्यानी छे सकल जगत हितकारिणी हारिणी मोहतारिणी भवाब्धि मोक्षचारिणी प्रमाणी छे उपमा आप्यानी जेने तमारा खविते व्यर्थ આપવાથી નિજ મતિમાં પાઈ મેં માની છે અહો રાજચંદ્ર બાળ ખ્યાલ નથી પામતાએ જીનેશ્વર તણી વાણી જાણી તેણે જાણી છે ગુરુરાજ તણી વાણી જાણી તેણે જાણી છે ઓમ નમઃ સિદ્ધેભ્યો ઓમ નમઃ સિદ્ધેભ્યો Om Sri Sudatmane Namaha. Jai Jinendra. Today is August 10th, 2020, Monday, and we are continuing our class on Atmasiddhi. We are on Atmasiddhi stanza number 6. We finished stanza number 5 last time, so we'll be starting from stanza number 6 this time, and then we'll see what happens next. So let me bring the slides and then we'll talk from there, okay? So this is stanza number 6. So let's see what is happening. We have, because we have to connect to the previous stanzas, so that way we understand pretty well where we are moving, how we came to this stage and everything. So stanza number 6, before we embark on 6th stanza, what we have done so far. In stanza number 3, there was mention about the blind ritualist and dry knowledgeable person, Kriyajad and Shushkagnani. That was described in stanza number 3. It was given kind of a cursory remark was made that why we have a problem because of these two stages, either of the one we are in. Then in stanza number 4 and 5, such type of living beings were described. In detail, they were described what is actually blind ritualist means, what about dry knowledgeable person means. So we learned then in stanza number 4 and 5. Plus, such type of living beings, the erroneous, the blind ritualist and dry knowledgeable person, both those living beings, they erroneously consider them to be on the path of liberation. They think that because I'm doing a physical bodily actions, I'm doing 1 upas, no, 2 upas, no, 4 upas, 8 upas, 16 upas, and 30 upas, or that a siddhitap that somebody can perform in all the thing, like that one person in Phoenix is doing siddhitap. Siddhitap means 1 day of upvas, next day is a Vaishnu, then thereafter two upas and then Vaishnu, three upas and Vaishnu, four upas and Vaishnu, all the way up to eight upas and Vaishnu. So it goes all the way up to 45 days. When you are doing this physical body's activity of upvas, then one may say that he is on path to liberation. Remember, nothing wrong doing those things, but the aim, what aim am I doing for? Am I doing, I'm doing bodily, physical starvation. I mean, it is a lack of better words, that I'm starving my body, but considering that it is going to be helpful to my soul. How can a how can a neighbor, and this is Gurudev Kanji Swami gives example lots of time. How come that the neighbor eats something and you get the satisfaction? પાડોશી ખાવાનું ખાય અને પોતાને ઓડકાર આવે. That's not happen. Doesn't happen. So similarly, so when you do bodily activity, then it is directed for the benefit of soul, for the benevolent of the soul, then it is right thing. But we are just blindly doing rituals and thinking that I'm on the path of liberation. That's not true. Or other side of the coin, somebody talks a lot about the knowledge, detail about knowledge, extreme minute things. Karma, how many types of karmas are there? Eight types of karma, out of which main important is deluding karma. And in a deluding karma, there are 28 subtypes are there. When those karma gets bonded, how do they get liberated? And all those things, extreme detail, he will know it. But it is only for knowing purpose, only for the reader's pleasure. Or I read that one, now I know it, and now I can blabber in front of the other people and show them that how much knowledge I have it. And in generally, I may be involved in a day-to-day lots of inauspicious activity. I keep talking bad about other people. I think bad about other people. And when the talk comes, I just talk about this knowledge. I mean, it's a dry knowledge because there's no application of that knowledge made to the self. So those are the things both are on an erroneous pathway. The erroneous is the belief that they are on the path of liberation. To remove their ignorance, message was given in the first stanza 4 and 5. It was just give a red light to them that, hey, wait a second, be careful, don't get into the rudder and just go on the wrong pathway. In the next stanza, this sixth stanza and thereafter following the seventh stanza, it describes the importance of abstinence and renunciation, tyag and vairagya. Abstinence, tyag, renunciation, vairagya, in the path to liberation. So now some concrete thing is coming in front of us. Srimadji is giving some real important advice to us that how to proceed. Everybody wants to have happiness. Everybody wants to have samyak darshan. But only occasional few gets it. Why? What's the reason? Well, we would like to be in one of those occasion few people. So we are going to know exactly what to do, how to achieve this state and everything. So this 6th and 7th stanza will be important, telling us. Both types of living beings are given message on how to come on the real path of liberation. In the beginning, it says that blind ritualist and dry knowledgeable person, but at the end it says, okay, I'm going to show you the path to liberation. That's what Srimadji says to us. So let's study this stanza first. So it is so important stanza over here that it says Vairagyadi saparto josha atam gnan. When one has really a self-realization, then those renunciation and abstinence, they work it out. Then they are helpful. But Srimadji says not only that thing, but even if you are working towards obtaining Atmagnan means self-realization, then also renunciation and abstinence will be helpful to you. So he is laying out process for us that we are in the mithyatva gunsthanak, we are in the wrong faith state. How can I go on the path of getting right faith? So then he says, Vairagyadi sapar means if I have the abstinence and renunciation, they will be helpful for me to obtain self-realization. And once I get self-realization, same abstinence and renunciation will be helping me to go further to obtain liberation. So meaning of the stanza, what it says in the meaning of the stanza, how the stanza is giving meaning to us, what it says to us that it's meaningful if abstinence and renunciations are associated with the right faith. First thing, he shows the top level to us. What is the best thing? Best thing will be abstinence and renunciation. They both are important only if it is associated with the right faith. Means if one has obtained samyak darshan, then they are helpful. That means they are the reason for liberation. Now, this word reason needs to be understood very properly. This word reason. In a Gujarati, it will call nimit, or it's called hetu. Means it's an instrumental cause. Instrumental cause. What's a definition of the instrumental cause? Instrumental cause is the one when an act is occurring in a principal cause, the associated favorable situations are blamed to be instrumental cause. And remember, I'm using the words very carefully. Once again, let's listen to this again. Instrumental cause, nimit, means when a work is getting done in a principal cause, when I as a soul is performing some sort of act, whatever that act may be, anger, deceit, ego, greed, likes, dislike, ignorance, or it could be the self-realization mode, that kind of act, any act, whether the innate state act or altered state act, any state I perform, I am the reason. I am the reason for that particular situation occurring to me. I am the reason for that thing to happen, whether it's a right faith or whether it's a wrong faith, whether it's an anger, deceit, any state, I am responsible. But when I am doing an act, always some favorable situation is associated with that act. That favorable situation, favorable substance is blamed to be instrumental cause. This definition has to be really be understood so well that in middle of night I can wake you up and say, what's the instrumental cause definition? These are the words you will speak. Not only but your understanding has to be this way. This quick example of instrumental cause. I'm in this room and there are three, five, six lights are on right now. They are helping me because otherwise it's extremely dark and I won't be able to see anything. So lights are helpful to me. So they are called instrumental cause. But let's say I forgot to put these lights off tonight and they remain on 24 hours. And during daytime, those lights means nothing because I have a large window and that large window is giving so much light, natural light, that these lights will be useless even if I'm sitting in this room. This light keeps on burning 24 hours. Nothing, nobody's in this room. They are not any instrumental cause to anybody or anything. But nighttime, dark time, I'm entering. Now I want to start computer. I want to start my video. Then I need to have light. And these lights at that time, particular time, they are accused to be instrumental cause. Instrumental cause presence is important. But instrumental cause cannot do anything to the reaction. Once again, instrumental cause presence is very important. For me to look at the computer screen, for me to be seen at your end, I need to have light, and so light is acting as instrumental cause. So its presence is important, but it cannot do anything to me. You may, lots of question it comes in your mind. Let's take another example. I'm a traveler and I'm traveling with a bunch of other people and we are going from point A to point B. This is afternoon, this is a noontime sun in Arizona, for example, extreme hot, and people are walking, traveling from point A to point B. To reach to the destination, most of the people did not take a break and they kept on going and going and going and going. But, and they're going, and there is a tree on the way, huge tree, having intense shade underneath, very appealing. Everybody who are walking, they did not stop. So the tree did not do anything to anybody. Tree was giving shade since morning till evening, but nobody stopped. So that shade was not helpful to anybody. But now I'm walking and I'm tired. I said, no matter what happens, I don't care whether I reach there on time or not, but I'm dehydrated and I'm thirsty and I'm tired. I need to take a rest. And I sat down under the shade of the tree. I am tired. I'm hungry, thirsty, but mainly tired. I am tired. So the act is occurring within me, and shade of the tree is helping me to remove my tiredness. So the shade of the tree at the time is being accused as instrumental cause. For the people who didn't stop, he did not become instrumental cause. Only for me, when I'm sitting under the tree, then the shade of the tree is called instrumental cause, is blamed, it's been accused as an instrumental cause. One more example. Bharat Chakravarti, the son of Rishabdev Bhagwan. Rishabdev Bhagwan is in the Samosaran, and Rishabdev Bhagwan is giving the discourses. He is the omniscient Lord, and he is giving discourses right now. He is giving discourses right now. He is omniscient Lord. And Bharat, Chakra, the universal monarch Bharat is accepting those sermons. And Bharat ends up getting Samyak Darshan. So, Bharat obtains Samyak Darshan with his own activity, own act. And Rishabdev Bhagwan was simply an instrumental cause. Same Bharat, his son called Marichi. Bharat asked question to Rishabdev Bhagwan that is there anybody in this assembly who will be a future Tirthankar? And Rishabdev says, look at your son, look at your son, he's sitting outside. Marichi, who just cannot maintain his monkhood state, and he walked out and he's wearing clothes, everything, and he's preaching wrong religion to everybody. So for Marichi not getting Samyak Darshan, that means Rishabdev was not Nimit also for him. Same Rishabdev Bhagwan, for Bharat he is an instrumental cause, for Marichi he is not an instrumental cause, because Marichi did not get Samyak Darshan. So instrumental cause means its importance, its presence is important, but cannot do anything to the principal cause. So that means abstinence and renunciations, they are instrumental cause for liberation. Liberation occurs because of person's own personal effort. And these guys, renunciation and abstinence, they become instrumental cause at the time. So these are the important word we have to understand and we have to keep in mind. And where there is no right faith, this is when the right faith, when there is no right faith, then also if the abstinence and renunciation perform for obtaining right faith, then they become the reason. Reason means instrumental cause for obtaining right faith. Over here, from right faith to liberation, they were instrumental cause. Over here, from wrong faith to right faith, they become instrumental cause. So they are instrumental cause. So those are the things we have to understand properly. If you still have a doubt, please speak up, because instrumental cause is extreme important definition to remember. And if we don't, and not only remember, to put into action. I become angry right now because my kid keeps on bothering me. Kid bothering me is an instrumental cause. I am getting angry because of myself, so I start taking charge of my own problem, not to lay upon the problem on somebody else. It reminds me a story where I was 5 or 6 years old, and my grandma was there, my nanny was there, my mother's mom was there. For some reason, my mother was not there, or outside. She has gone out of town, or God knows what. And my grandma is doing some dusting and all kind of thing. And there was a small little mirror hanging on a closet, and it falls down from her, and it breaks down. Right away, my grandma comes and starts beating me. So Wait a second. What did I do wrong here? I'm sitting in the quiet in the corner doing my work, and suddenly you start beating me. She says, that mirror broke. So I said, so what? What did I do? Why did you hang that mirror there? Because you hung it there. That's why it fell down. That's why you are at fault. What was my fault? It was my nanny's carelessness, and she was trying to clean all the things and everything with a piece of cloth and everything, and mirror fell down from her because of her inattentiveness, and she's blaming me. Similarly, an act is performed within me. I'm angry and I'm saying, you are reason, she is reason, he is reason. No, start taking charge. I am the problem. Because as if I understand that I am the problem, then I can try to work on the solution also. So 2 points is to be discussed in this stanza, mainly rituals and the knowledge before right faith, and rituals and knowledge after right faith. So what happens? Rituals and knowledge before right faith means milder form of toxic emotions, and knowledge both. Milder form of toxic emotions, that means rituals, and knowledge. Knowledge is the knowledge. So milder form of toxic emotions, and not toxic emotions means anger, deceit, ego, greed, like, dislike, ignorance, etc. Those are altered state of the soul. They are called toxic emotions. They are called kashai. When we just say kashai word, we use that word a lot. So kashai we are talking about. Milder form of toxic emotions and knowledge both are helpful for obtaining eligibility, for obtaining right faith. They both are helping me to become eligible to obtain right faith. Doesn't mean I will get right faith, but at least I am standing in front of it to get eligibility. I'm buying the lottery. Doesn't mean I will win the lottery. I'm simply having eligibility to win the lottery. Now, if my karma is working and everything, and God knows whatever, and I win the lottery, that's a different story. 1 in million chance, 1 in billion chance, and all those things to win lottery. But here, once your eligibility, you are so close to get right faith. So here the 2 points, one point is before right faith, and second point is after right faith. After right faith person, for the right faith person, these are always for benevolence of the soul only, to obtain liberation. So over here, same rituals and knowledge, they make me eligible for getting right faith. And after right faith, they are benevolent for me to continue my further progress on purity of the soul and to get liberation. So we have two main points to be discussed. So now that we know it, we'll embark on the very first point, and we'll see how this point is getting unfolded. If there any question, I'll stop for a second. Otherwise, I can continue. Any questions? Okay. All right. Okay. So we are here. So let's go to next slide. After obtaining right faith, first we are talking about after obtaining right faith, means after getting Samyak Darshan. Knowledge means knowledge of the soul. Means this knowledge we are talking, knowledge of the soul means super sensual knowledge. What does it mean? Let's see third bullet and then talk. Ritual means getting engrossment into the soul, and then they are beneficial to the soul. Means after obtaining right faith, after getting Samyak Darshan, when I had the knowledge, that knowledge is called super sensuous knowledge. In general, what's happening? I have knowledge right now, you have a knowledge. Every living creature, every transmigrated soul, starting from Nigod all the way to five sense sentient beings, and also enlightened souls and Aryan Bhagwan and Siddha Bhagwan, everybody, knowledge is there. But after right faith, that knowledge is called supersensuous knowledge, beyond the senses. So that's a knowledge. Now, beyond the senses means what? I am looking at a mango right now. How did I know the mango? I have eyes, ears, nose, throat, and all kind of things. All five senses I have it, and those five senses are at work, and they end up perceiving a mango. My eyes, my nose, my tongue, my skin, they are the senses, but they are called material senses because they are matter in nature. Skin is a matter object, tongue is a matter object, nose is a matter object, eyes are the matter object. So these are the matter object, and any knowledge gathered through the matter objects ends up knowing matter substance only. Any knowledge obtained by matter sensory organs can know only matter objects only. So mango is a matter object. So my four senses started working on it. And now there the fragmented form of knowledge occurred within me. Eyes, they said it's a yellow color. Nose said it's a sweet smell. Hand says it's soft to the touch. And tongue says it's a sweet to the taste. So four different senses gathered four different sensations in a fragmented form in my soul's knowledge mode. And that's why they are called fragmented form of knowledge. And that is called sensual knowledge. And that's it. But when the knowledge, when the right faith occurs and knowledge of the soul is being perceived, that is called supersensuous knowledge. In that knowledge, one can really experience the soul substance. So that's called knowledge. Rituals, what's called rituals? Kriya, what kind of rituals I'm doing after getting right faith? Getting engrossment into the soul substance. Getting engrossment into the soul substance. Let's presume, I'm too old for that. You guys are young and maybe you have gone through those things too in your life. That let's say that you have a loved one, you have your friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. You met them once, and at that time you realize you can't live without that person. But again, the time limitations are there, so you have to leave that person and go back to work, etc., or study or whatever. But you're constantly thinking, when can I meet that person again? I want to meet that person again. I want to meet that person again. And somehow I find the time and I just go and meet that person and enjoy that company together. That's called engrossment. Similarly, here I have experienced my soul substance and I had a date with my soul substance. And that was a successful date. Now I have to depart from the date, and how can I go back and have that association with the soul and enjoy the soul, get engrossment in it and everything? That's called rituals. So knowledge, supersensuous knowledge, and rituals is getting engrossment to the soul substance. So these things are beneficial to the soul. These states are beneficial to the soul because I have obtained right faith, and then now further I increase my knowledge, increase my rituals of engrossment, and that will be beneficial. So I will be having increased purity within me, and that purity will keeps on increasing by leaps and bounds, and a stage will come in which I have complete purity, and ultimately I'll obtain liberation. Okay. Still, when there is right faith going on and all these activities going on, still there are presence of milder form of toxic emotions present. And so soul is also having a inclusion of attachment and inclusion of aversion. Rag and dvesh states are still present, but much less than before. Next slide, we'll see what it means. Let me finish a couple of bullets over here. Knowledge and rituals are helpful when there is presence of right faith. This is presence of right faith we are talking. After obtaining right faith, lots of karma get disintegrated. After right faith obtaining, over here, lots of karma get disintegrated. What does that mean? For knowing that person, we just have to quickly go through some of the pictures. And I warn you, we will see these sets of pictures many times in the future also. And probably on the previous classes, you already have seen this one. And you may say, this guy is crazy. Yes, he is crazy. He keeps on bringing these things to just make a point. So, soul by himself decided to be in the innate state or in the deluding state by its own doing. Nobody asked soul what to do. Soul by itself decided to be in such state. What is the innate state? A sugar, no matter what part of the world or what time frame you're talking, sugar will give sweetness, nothing but the sweetness. A salt will give salty taste, nothing but salty taste, no matter where that salt is or when that salt is. A lemon will give sour taste, no matter where that lemon is or what time frame we are talking, always lemon will be sour. So that's their innate state. Similarly, my innate state is to know, to know, to know, knowing, to do it. That's called innate state. Instead of that, I have an altered state. Since time infinite, and that altered state is anger, deceit, ego, greed, likes, dislike, ignorance, and all those things. So that's my deluding state or altered state, that I'm doing it since time infinite. And that I'm doing with my own independence. Nobody asked me to do that one. While I'm doing this kind of thing, remember we said instrumental cause means when an act is occurring in a principally something, so a principally act is occurring within me in the form of anger, deceit, ego, greed, likes, dislike, ignorance. This type of things are happening within me. Then there is also presence of instrumental cause here. This instrumental cause is a fruition of old karma, and I'm in the deluding state over here. These are the instrumental cause, PA relationship, principal cause, auxiliary cause relationship. Principal cause, a deluding state, auxiliary cause, fruition of karma. Fruition of karma is necessarily present, but has not done anything to the action of this deluding state. Deluding state occurred because of a soul by itself. So again here, nimit definition, instrumental cause definition, auxiliary cause definition is when an act is getting done principally in the soul substance in the form of deluding state, then fruition of karma are present as an instrumental cause. Instrumental cause. Instrumental cause presence is important but cannot do anything to the act of that substance. When this thing happens, these guys stay for momentarily and they disintegrate. This guy now in the deluding state, and when he's in deluding state, there is a karma bondage occurs. Means fruition of karma is an instrumental cause, deluding state is a principal cause, and so in this reaction occurs principal cause auxiliary cause relationship, right? Now this karma after giving fruition, they disappear during that moment. At the same moment, new karma gets bonded to the soul. So here what's happening here, a set of karma is going away, new gets bonded. For example, let's say that I have taken $100 loan from Nimisha, and I said I'll give it back in a week or two. Month passed by, 2 months passed by, 3 months passed by, and she keeps on calling me. Uncle, my dollar, $100, you remember? Remember? Oh yeah, yeah. And she keeps on quote unquote bugging me. Remember, it is her own money, and I'm just saying bugging me. Well, so I become sick and tired. So I go to Seema and say, I said, Seema, can you give me $100? And Seema says, oh, okay. How can I say no to Kirit? Okay. She gives me $100. So I give it back to Nimisha. So now, does my debt got totally washed out or not? Yes, from Nimisha, the debt got washed out. From Nimisha's side, that debt got washed out, and that situation stopped there. But now my new debt started with Seema right now. So ultimately, this is not called this is not called nirjara, means shading of karma in true form. Yes, it's called shading, but with that shading, the new karma got bonded. So that's why this is effectively washes out is important. And then this bonded of new karma goes into the dormancy, and then they just get the this kind of picture keeps on going again and again and again. This is happening since time infinitely, you, me, and all transmigratory souls. It happens with the negod soul for 1 sense, 2 sense, 3 sense, 4 sense, 5 sense, sentient being, and plant and animal, and hellish soul, and heavenly soul. Everybody has this thing happens all the time, no matter what. Now, Samyak Darshan, and this, let's see the next slide. Oh yeah, what happens here? This cycle keeps on going. This guy gives fruition, then they disintegrate, then new guys get bonded, and then they go in hibernation, then they come in fruition, then they disintegrate, and this circle keeps on going forever. In this scenario, what's happening? One set of karma getting disintegrated. Let's close eye on this guy. Let's presume 100 years back I bonded karma which are supposed to come in fruition at 100th year. 99 years back I bonded karma that they are supposed to come in fruition at 99 years end. 98 years back, I bonded karma, and they will come in fruition at 98 years end. So now, all those 100, 99, 97, and all those years karma that supposed to come in fruition. So now they are coming to fruition right now. The aggregate of those karma are coming in fruition, and that is called one nisheka, Nishek. Nishek means aggregate of karma particle which are coming in fruition. So they come in fruition, then they get disintegrated, so they get out of the soul and they are out into the atmosphere. But while I got relieved from this one, the new karma got bonded, so my net karma in my account remained more or less same and or more. Now when the Samyak Darshan occurs, What happened is Samyak Darshan. The deluding state I was supposed to go before all the time, that state got disappeared. And now instead of that, my soul, me as a soul, remain in the innate state. So this is what I'm doing at the time. This is called Samyak Darshan. What is Samyak Darshan? Then you have to just say soul experiencing innate state. That's called Samyak Darshan. Soul getting engrossed in the deluding state is called mithya darshan, wrong faith. This is called right faith. Now, an important thing happens over here. When every moment soul is in the innate state, then fruition of karma they are coming, but not only fruition of karma coming, but so many karma sitting in dormancy, this karma bonded sitting dormancy over here, they all lots of karma they come in fruition. So many infinite nishek they come in fruition, and then next moment they get disintegrated into the atmosphere, and at the time new karma are not getting bonded over here. This is not happening. So what's the net result right now? It tons and tons of karma getting dissociated with me. No new karma is getting bonded, means my karma load becomes easier and easier, lighter and lighter and everything. So this thing happens from fourth spiritual development state, fourth SDS, fourth spiritual development state, fourth gunasthana. Now, you tell me, is one nishyak going out and more karma getting bonded, that is more important, or getting right faith and deluding state is absent, I get engrossed within me and tons of karma getting disintegrated? What is more helpful to me? Obvious. This state is very helpful to me. So, my first and foremost attention is how can I go in this state? That is my first activity to be performed from today onwards. How can I do this one? How can I do this? I want to get up with two things. Positively speaking, I want to get out, I want to come and get engrossed over here. Negatively speaking, over here, I want to get out of the deluding state. Positive frame of mind, I would like to get engrossed into my soul. So positive, negative, both are working. So instead of deluding state, I don't have to pay attention over here. Once I'm here, these guys are automatically diminished in their importance. Just simple example, in a whiteboard into the classroom, as a teacher comes and she writes a black line on the whiteboard, and she tells the student, make this line short without touching, without erasing. How can you do that? Impossible, you may say. I can't touch that line. How can I make it small? Well, there are ways to do it. How? Draw a big line next to it. What will happen to this line? When there's a big line over here, automatically this line's importance becomes reduced. Similarly, this is the big line over here, and this small little thing has no value. Think about your younger days. Maybe you went to work. Maybe you got some work in the school, or God knows, or you were in the college and you got a little work from a professor or whatever, and you got $5-10 an hour. You were so happy because that was your first earning you were doing. You were just in seventh heaven because you earned money. And today you are a highly professional kids. Adult people, you are highly motivated adult persons, and you make tons of money. So compared to this tons of money that you had right now, those $5 an hour with that money that you are getting, how much is the importance for that? Nothing. Similarly here, when I'm getting engrossed in the soul substance, this guy has no value. Just like, just like there is a deep darkness in a room, pitch dark, and that darkness is there for ages. How long it will take to remove the darkness? You put a flashlight on and darkness disappears. You put the light switch on and darkness disappears instantaneously. So the knowledge of light and darkness of deluding state disappears instantaneously. So that's what I have to think about. How can I go into the soul and how can I remove my karma particles? Now, over here it says some important word. I said, let me just bring that slide quickly, going back. After obtaining right faith, lots of karma get disintegrated. And also, some of the karma also comes, here, this bullet. There is presence of milder form of toxic emotions present still in a right faith person. What does this bullet means actually? That bullet means actually is, we are going to look at this slide. We have to look at the deluding karma, 28 subtypes. Remember, karma are infinite in number, out of which mainly 8 karmas are there. Out of those 8 karmas are divided into 2 subgroups, the destructive karma and non-destructive karma, and out of which destructive karma are important. And out of those destructive karma, most important is the deluding karma. When you see two armies are fighting, olden time, they're in the battlefield right now, and the king gets killed. One of the king gets killed, and his whole army gets disintegrated. They run away and all kind of things. The spirit is gone. Similarly, in this karma business, the deluding karma are the king. If you can win over the deluding karma, the rest of the karma gets thrown out very quick, very fast. So deluding karma, we have to understand what it says, 28 subtypes of deluding karma. The 3 subtypes are called right faith deluding karma, and they are called wrong belief, right wrong belief, clouded right belief. So the right faith deluding karma are 3 subtypes, but they are the right faith deluding karma, one major category. And second category is called right conduct deluding karma. Right faith deluding karma, right conduct deluding karma, and we'll talk a little bit in detail. But what's happening here, these are the 3 part only, and these are 25 subtypes, right conduct deluding karma. 25 subtypes has passions 4 times 4, toxic emotions 4 times 4 means 16. Kashai, 4 गुणिया 4 means 16. And those passions are infinite bonding producing, partial vow preventing, complete vow preventing, perfect vow preventing, and let me bring everybody in so that way. And then this asterisk that I put over here in this purple bullet, 4 purple bullet, they are related over here with the anger, deceit, ego, greed. So, infinite bonded producing anger, deceit, ego, greed, partial vow preventing anger, deceit, ego, greed, complete vow preventing anger, deceit, ego, greed, perfect conduct preventing anger, deceit, ego, greed. So there's 4 times 4 is 16 subtypes. And then quasi passions are laughter, etc. 6 times, laughter, indulgence, dissatisfaction, sorrow, fear, disgust. and sex inclination, male sex inclination, female sex inclination, common hermaphrodite sex inclination. So combined together, there's 28 subtypes. Now, when all this karma are operational right now, it is called for spiritual development state, all 28 subtypes are operational. When you are making a personal effort and remove this guy, these three guys, and along with that, infinite producing anger, deceit, ego, greed also gets removed. When this thing happens, initially, very first thing that you do, that's called fourth spiritual development state. Samyak darshan. You have obtained samyak darshan, you have obtained self-realization. So this is happening right now. Now, at the same, when this thing happens, remaining all this karma are still present in that samyak darshi jeev. But they are so, this is main guy. Once these guys are gone, then back of the deluding karma is broken. He has a paralysis of the back occurs. And so all these guys are kind of lifeless. They are just there for the sake of being there, but cannot do much. Their power is very minimal. Out of all 28 subtypes, when these guys are gone, almost 99% of your problem of deleting karma is resolved because these guys are gone here. So these guys have a very, very minimal, they look so many numbers, but they are minuscule in power capacity. So this is 19. So when Samyak Darshan occurs, one can also have all this karma fruition, and as a result, there is going to be presence of rag and dvesh in a Samyak Drashti Jeev. Let's say you are Samyak Darshan Jeev, means you can still have anger, deceit, ego, greed. You can run the family, you can have the household running, you can continue your business, even you can have kids after getting Samyak Darshan. But this, because there's some rag dvesh involved with these guys with a milder form. Then let's go quickly. I know time is very short, but I'll go quickly and finish this chapter here. When you have next progress from fourth spiritual development, you also remove this guy. That's called fifth spiritual development state. Then you remove this guy. Then it's called sixth spiritual development state, seventh spiritual development state. Then you remove all these guys. Then it's called 10th spiritual development state. And ultimately, when I have completely everything gone, there's going to be 12 spiritual developments. Everything is gone. Point here is this point. I want to stress this point, important point over here, that let's see why we are coming on all this slide here. Over here, we said that after after Samyak Darshan, there is still present a milder form of toxic emotion, milder form of passions. And those are the reason we saw that all these deluding slides that tells us how those things happens. And this is the way it happens, that there is presence of some form of a rag dvesh, but at the end of 10 spiritual developments, all those things are gone. So this is what this is what happens in a Samyak Darshan Jeev when he's progressive, when he's further progresses. And that's why it says that they can still have a rag and dvesh, very milder form, according to the stage they are in. So that's what that bullet means. Any question? We are going to stop over here. Any question on this topic so far? Okay. All right. If there no, if there is that, you can just unmute and talk. If not, then um, this Sunday, pollution starts for 8 days, and then the selection starts for next 10 days. So 18 days, we are all going to be very busy in our own spirituality and all the things. So we will have to kind of hold these classes for next 2.5 or 3 weeks or whatever time it comes out to be. When we are restarting, I will send the email and everything to all of you and let you know. Now, there is one suggestion came which I would like to put forward to all of you. During Dast Lakshan Parva, do you want me to have some class for you people in this some prescribed time in the evening or whatever, or maybe in the selection time during the weekend? Do you want to have some kind of a class, some kind of a gathering, so that we can understand about dust selection, etc.? So if there's interest, then we can just do it. If not, then no problem.
Uncle, this is Nimisha. That would be a great idea. So that way we learn more about the structure.
Okay, all right. So do you want weekend, or do you want all 10 days or some days or whatever? I mean, I'll work it out. I'll be busy over here, but at the same time, you guys are more important to me. And so if there is enough interest, then we can do half an hour maybe, or half an hour every day, or Saturday, Sunday, we can do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or whatever, the choice is yours. You guys tell me, you girls and guys tell me, and we can do that. Or you think about it and let me know later on by email, and that will also be okay. You can talk amongst each other and let me know about it, whatever, okay?
Okay, Uncle, we'll talk to each other and then let you know by email.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think that's a good idea, Nimisha. Thanks, Kirit Uncle, for all this offering of your time. We're so grateful, really.
Well, I just have to talk to somebody, and you guys are captive audience for me, right?
We love it. We love it. We're learning so
Great.
much.
Yeah.
That's good. That's nice. That's very good. Okay, all right. Okay, so decide that one and send me the email or anything and the timing. Why? No, I will have in Phoenix. Now I keep on forgetting what time they are planning. I have every evening in Dust Lakshan, I will have a class to take. I think 7 to 8:30 p.m. I will be taking classes for Phoenix in Hindi. And so maybe or before or after, so whatever, I'll send it out to you on Nimisha. I'll send it out email to you and Sachin and Sima, all three of you, and you decide, you tell me, and we can just have the things available. And if not, don't worry about it, so choice is yours. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. All right. If there's no question, then we'll do the closing. Okay. जी स्वरूप समझा बिना पाम्यो दुख अनंत, समझाव्यो ते पद नमो श्री सदगुरु भगवन, परम पुरुष प्रभु सदगुरु परम ज्ञान सुखदाम, जेने आप्यो बाननीस तेने सदा प्रणाम, देह छता जेनी दशा वर्ते देहातीत, ते ज्ञानी ना चरण वंदन अगणी. जय जिनेन्द्र.
Jai Jinendra.
Hey,
Kirit Uncle.
Jinendra, Uncle.
Jindra, thank you, Kirit bhai.
Jai Jineन्द्र. Thank you. Thank you.